beautiful people, and welcome back to the Divine Union podcast. Today is episode 69, baby, and we are going to be talking all about how to go from a competition to a collaboration and partnership. I'm speaking to this topic because I see this happen a lot with the couples that I work with, couples dynamics in general, this essence of competition, and sometimes it's unconscious. And how do we shift that lens so that it can be more of a collaboration, more of working together, more valuing each other's differences, so that in coupledom, you can experience deeper intimacy. Yeah, you can also experience more fiery passion. Yeah, when it's more of a collaboration versus a competition. Where does this come from? This mindset of competition, yeah, this is ingrained in our society. Yeah, so it's no wonder it's something that comes up often in a relationship. Yeah, in any relationship, this competitive nature. I'm going to focus on romantic partnerships, though. Right? And so you think about our society, yeah? Capitalism. It's all about, right, who can be better, faster, stronger, make more money than the next, right? This idea of ownership, of property, mine versus yours, of goods, mine versus yours. So that energy already within us is this mentality of you versus me versus you. Yeah, what's yours, what's mine? What are you contributing, what am I contributing? And now something that I see, what happens with how you translate that into relationship is you think about the beginning stages of a relationship, The beginning stages of a relationship, you both are completely sovereign, independent beings, right? There's this energy of like, ooh, who is this person? Yeah, I want to get to know this person. I want to get closer to this person. Yeah. Ooh, I have these opinions about spirituality and energy and the 5D, yeah? And ooh, they have an interesting thought on that I haven't heard of. I'm curious about it. Yeah, tell me more. Oh wait, you are a history buff? Ooh, I don't know anything about history. Where did you learn that? Yeah, what fueled that passion? Right? You're excited by the differences. Now, what happens when you get in the relationship and you get in the swing of things and the intimacy deepens, and you're past that initial courting phase, right? The romance phase. What happens is you start to look for similarities. And then, in fact, the very differences that attracted you to that person to begin with, you end up being frustrated with them for having differences in opinion, for not seeing your point of view, for not thinking the same way, for not having the same opinions on travel, on the world, on relating. Now, it's okay to want to have similarity. Where the challenge is often when, if there's a difference of opinion, and both parties are expressing it, maybe they're not doing it in ways that validate each other, or maybe there's lack of curiosity, lack of openness, lack of feminine energy, which also makes sense given our societal structure and conditioning, right? And so then it becomes a war, your opinion versus mine, right? I'm going to be frustrated that you don't see eye to eye with me, because if you don't, then it's going to make me wrong, or you're going to make me wrong, or you're going to invalidate my experience. And so that's where that competitive nature comes, right? I have to convince you why I'm right or why to do something, because we can't listen to each other's opinions, find truth in objectively in both sides. and see both sides of maybe an argument or a situation. Right? Because we're all mirrors. And so this competitive nature is more like you versus me, your opinion versus me, instead of like, can it both be true? Can there be truth in both? Can we come together and collaborate through the differences? Yeah, because the differences are what's going to fuel the passion. That's what's going to fuel the intimacy when we recognize that and we allow them to be. So that competitive nature, right, comes from, I want to feel seen, yeah? So I want you to validate my experience or agree with my experience, yeah? Or I want to feel important to you. So I want to feel like my opinion matters to you. That what I say matters, yeah? We take turns with that, perhaps. And that's not often the case, right? Often the case, it's a war for their opinions. And so, layered with that, this competitive nature, right? Because we forget that the differences are what makes us attracted to this person. The differences are what adds value to a relationship. We often seek equality. What do I mean by that? And it's not real equality, but it's this idea of like, I'm gonna contribute, we split the bill 50-50. And that means we're equal. Or it's this idea of, ooh, am I as attractive as my partner? Right? This feeling of like needing to be the same. Am I as smart, as my intellectual as my partner in these ways? They're really social. Can I be as outgoing as they are? And if I'm not, then I'm going to judge myself for it, or they're going to judge me for it. Or maybe you like to plan trips. You're a good planner at the vacation, but maybe it becomes annoying to you because you feel that they're not pulling their weight in that space. Right now it's all perspective, but maybe they pull their weight in a different way. Yeah, maybe they clean and you plan the vacations. Maybe they clean the house and do the cooking. And so, and of course you want to be mindful if the relationship is off balance completely and one person is doing most of the things, right? Then there's a conversation to be had there. Yeah, if one's taking on the brunt of like the emotional side of the relationship. But instead, it's like, I'll invite you to really think about, okay, how do they add value to enhance the areas that maybe I'm weaker? And vice versa. Yeah, because when you are in an intimate relationship, you have such a gift to get to witness a vulnerable side of your partner, a side of your partner that no one sees, perhaps. You get to witness their shadows. You get to witness their insecurities if you listen. They may not share it if you pay attention, if you read between the lines, if you're open, if you're curious, if you're vulnerable yourself, if you don't judge them, shame them, make them wrong, yeah. And so it's a gift. You get to learn, wow, how can I show up in ways that are going to support their thriving where I see they're not as strong as I am? Instead of me judging them or coaching them or mothering or fathering or teaching them, how can I be that support and empower them? Yeah. Where can I contribute in the relationship in a way that adds value that they're not contributing? And then it doesn't have to be a competition. And if someone goes there, oh, you're not doing X, Y, and Z, and I did this. Ooh, well, I thought about this today. And I thought it would be fun, so I took initiative in planning us a date. Because that's how I felt the relationship would benefit from my contribution today. How does that feel? Papi. Papi, mommy, yeah, whatever you want to say, baby. Mr. X, Mrs. Robinson. Right? So it's like, remembering that one shift, this one shift that you can make in your perspective about relating and really catching yourself. Am I going into competitive mode? Am I creating my own self-judgment based upon how they're showing up and I don't think I'm meeting it? Or are they judging me and projecting that? Yeah, and then how do we shift it? How do we shift it in like a little bit of a playful way? Yeah. And this is how you're going to have a true collaboration and partnership. Yeah, you think about all the best collaborations in the world, right? When you're collaborating with people in a perfect world, yeah, it's not with people who do the exact same thing as you, right? Especially in the business world. Yeah, you're hosting a retreat. Yeah, I don't want someone who teaches what I teach. I may want someone who knows about masculine and feminine energetics and having inner union, yeah, and using play and intimacy, but a different perspective than I have. But no, when I'm hosting my retreats, I want someone who serves cacao. I want someone who teaches yoga because that's not my expertise, right? Someone who teaches meditation. And so it is beautiful when you can instead look at what do they have that I don't have? What do they have that I want to strengthen? Where can I learn from them? Yeah? Where can I add value in a way that's going to enhance the coupledom? It's going to enhance the relationship in whatever relationship. Yeah, with your sisters, with your friends or sisters, however you want to call it, with your familia, in romance. And then, of course, yeah, if you want someone to step up more in a certain area because it would feel good to receive, yeah, do it from a place of desire. Do it from a little place of playfulness. Don't do it from a place of pointedness, of neediness, of projection, of shaming, because that never feels good. Ooh, I notice you're so creative, babe, with your work. Yeah, you always have the most interesting, insightful ideas. I want to see you put that to the test and plan us an interesting date next week. I know you got something in that sexy brain of yours. What you got for me? Yeah? Right? How do you want someone to get you to do something, huh? Give them a little sweetness, give a little bit of spice, give a little flavor, or you want it dead and boring and lame? Not I, baby. Going from competition to collaboration so we can fully thrive. Thinking if there's anything else I want to share there, because sometimes I like when these episodes can be short, because I know we got the attention span of a goldfish given social media and all the technology these days. So implement that shift. Think about what are the differences. Come back to what attracted me to this person to begin with. Yeah? And when I'm frustrated because they think differently, why am I frustrated? And then come to the root of it. What is the root? Is it that I just need to feel validated? Is it that I just need to feel respected? That I want to feel seen by them, which for me means validation or whatever it means for you, right? Come back to like, what is the root of a trigger if you're feeling it? And then come back to the love. What do I love about them? How do they add value for the relationship? How do they add value to my life? How are they different than me? How does that excite me? That's a wrap, boys and girls and gender non-conforming individuals and kings and queens and fairies and witches and warriors and goblins. Whatever crazy or aliens are listening to this episode here with moi, number 69, a favorite number of mine because I'm a pervert at times. All right. Thank you, beautiful people, for tuning in to this week's episode of Divine Union with moi, Nicola Navone. If you dug this episode, if you dig the pod, if you love my energy and you want to support the pod, leave us a review. It would mean so much to us. Get more eyes and ears on this podcast. Get more people feeling good. Get more people connecting. Get more people feeling a sense of playfulness, because God knows the world needs it, so we can spread that mission. That's how the Apple algorithms work. That's what we need. Let's bring it home. I look forward to seeing you next week. And until then, may all your unions be divine.